Hi and welcome to the Malat Cookery channel. So I've had lots of requests again to do some curry videos. Now I don't just want to do lots of the same kinds of popular curries that everybody else does. I'd like to mix in with that some of the more specialised curries, and today is no exception. So today I'm going to be making a Kashmiri Basaar chicken curry. Now, as far as the heat goes, a Kashmiri Basaar sits probably in between a Madras and a Vindaloo, so it's a medium to hot curry, but it is absolutely packed with flavour, and I know you're going to enjoy it. The three spice blends that we're going to be using from the Malat range are the curry mixed powder, the curry base gravy, and of course the Kashmiri Basaar curry powder. Now, as usual, a full list of ingredients will be given at the end of the video, so let's have a look at those ingredients and any other equipment that we're going to need for this recipe. So with regard to the ingredients that we're going to need today, as with all of the recipes that I do and put onto the YouTube channel, I try and work out what is the bare minimum that we're going to need to produce a professional product, and this recipe is no exception. So it might look a lot here, but trust me, this is the bare minimum that we're going to need. So here I've got 500 grams of pre-cooked chicken. Now this is enough to do a meal for 4. There is a video on the Malat YouTube channel under the curry section on how to prepare pre-cooked chicken, so have a look at that. We've got 1 large onion which has been chopped, got 1 red pepper which has been sliced, we've got a 400 gram tin of chopped tomatoes. Just move these out of the way. On this plate we've got 1 fresh tomato which has been quartered. As I said before, I try and work out what is the bare minimum that we're going to need for the recipe. Now, one thing that we need for this particular curry is a paste. Now, you can do your own paste, that's not a problem, and it's quite easy to do, but that would mean the addition of another 9 ingredients sat here on the table, and those 9 ingredients are expensive and they could potentially go out of date. So I've had a look at the commercially available pastes that are on the market that restaurants use, and the one that comes closest, and it is very close to the type of paste we need, is the Patak's Balti curry paste. This has all of the ingredients in that we're going to need. So there's 2 tablespoons of Patak's Balti curry paste. Obviously you don't need to buy in 2.3 kilo jars like this. They do them in the smaller jars. It's just that we make a lot of curries. Obviously we're experimenting all the time with the spices and developing recipes for the YouTube channel, so that's why we buy in this quantity. We've got 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste. We've got 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. Here we've got 300 milliliters of curry base gravy. So this is the Malat curry base gravy. Again, if you look on the YouTube channel, under the curry section, you'll see a very short video on how to make the Malat curry base gravy. You can obviously use your own. We've got 1 tablespoon of Malat curry mix powder, 1 tablespoon of Malat Kashmiri Basaar curry powder, 1 tablespoon of fenugreek or methi leaves. If you're going to be cooking a lot of your own or producing a lot of your own curries at home, you definitely need to invest in some methi leaves, so fenugreek leaves, if you haven't already done that. Very cheap and they will last a long time. And then we need some vegetable oil for cooking. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we get whatever we're cooking with up to temperature. It's vitally important when we're cooking that we do that. So we've got a pan here with about 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil in. We've now got that up to temperature. The first thing we want to do is add the curry mixed powder in order to flavour the actual oil itself. We just need to cook this through for about a minute. The next thing we want to add is the onions. And we're just going to be cooking these through on a medium heat, just until they start to soften. Onions have been cooking for about 3 or 4 minutes, just going soft now. So the next thing I want to add is the tomato puree. And again, we're just going to cook that through for about a minute. Now to add the red pepper, and just give that a couple of minutes in the pan. The ginger and garlic paste is the next thing to add, and give that about a minute. Now we can add the methi leaves and just give those a minute in the pan. So the smell already is incredible. As you can see, the onions, the peppers have picked up a really nice colour as well. The next thing is to add the tin of chopped tomatoes. And at this point we also want to add the Balti curry paste. We're just going to cook this through now for a couple of minutes, let those tomatoes get up to temperature, and then we're going to add half of our curry base gravy. Leave this now for 2 or 3 minutes to get back up to temperature, and then we're going to add our pre-cooked chicken. So this is simmering nicely now. I've just reduced the temperature a little bit. I'm going to introduce the pre-cooked chicken. And also the rest of our curry base gravy. We're going to let this get back up to simmer again, so another 2 or 3 minutes, and that's when we add in the Kashmiri Basaar curry powder. So the curry is now back up to a simmer. This is when we add in our Kashmiri Basaar curry powder. We mix that in. We're also now going to add in the fresh tomato. And once this is all mixed in, we're going to leave this curry now for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes until it's cooked. It will reduce slightly. You know, a good indication of a curry when it's cooked is the residue oil that's within the curry will rise to the top and create almost a film on top of the curry, an oily film on top. That is a really good indication that the curry is actually cooked. So as I said, about 20-25 minutes, and then this should be done.